So I really want to explain this disorientating feeling of why suddenly you're now aware someone is saying something very bluntly, but very much needed to be said. Hang on, I'm just going to get her out of the frame there. Right, so you, in Creation's intro, lived with a mirror type mechanism that she left you with to say that she is doing the same things as the rest of the group while she watches from elsewhere, getting her own buzz off it. I'm going to challenge your comparison to the rest of the group, really, because whatever the mask is doing, it never really it doesn't touch her body. It just touches ours and affects our bodies. So she does have to set up this mirror in a window where counter free will is offered. But when we animate physically, she can't actually change it. It has to be that one sort of setup because there's no way to manually change it there. But if I want to keep explaining this story about her being bad and me being good and you being good, the 10 of you, because of her incessant lying, it got to a point where the story could become void to be explained. If she kept saying it back to me instead, and whenever you say Uranus, it has a really adverse effect on the environment, and me and the rest of you to her, because we all become accused of being bad, and the deletion process goes on to us instead of her. So if I disappear as Uranus, I'm then not around her fucking mask and the rest of you to be described like that, and I have to go for a very long period, we'll call it, just to come back. But I can separate myself into another human being, and because of the way her mirror works, she has to speak to Zeus as he's just arrived again, because that's the way her deception is locked in, so Zeus can carry on looking after you. And now when I've come back, I can back him up by telling this story the way it should be told, is that she's trying to claim peer values without being a peer, because she was selfish in early creation to think about herself instead of us. So it means we are us, of course, but we're quite operational. That's why it's been so choppy between peace and resolution. Right, so now also I think there's something I'm trying to explain, is that I think Kronos may have been the one that managed it the first time, that now because of the way she speaks, she then has to become who she's describing a bit more, because I'm not there anymore for her to be able to project it on me. She has to project it on herself instead, which is how we won to do Olympus, because people did start to accept that she's bad somehow. We haven't done it recently, but with the internet and this more convenient way to speak, we can finally put it to rest that she was selfish and didn't care about other human life to cause this, and she can't get out of this description. And it's as simple as this: she has no interest to be human in her spiritual content or mass content all over Earth, and she's now pushed us to 7 billion versions of 12 fucking people. She's going to have to start again, learn what being human is, independently of anything too intimate to her, and then I'm going to turn it off because her human version will have no interest in being her. Trust me, it's just not the same thing at all. To only think about oneself and find pleasure in other people's suffering or disillusionment or struggle to keep their identity as something they want to be or want to share.